So, morning guys. Apparently we're getting started a little bit earlier than we thought, so we are on for Jam 1 of Game 1 of the British Championships 2019 Tier 3 East. On track right now, Deathrow in the orange, and Leicester, who are playing in the blue. Our jammers on track are Hannah War for Leicester, who is lead jammer. Closely pursued by number 54, the Laminator from Deathrow Hull. Straight out of pack with points on both teams. With just about a lap advantage. And straight going out of the pack, it is even Stevens in Jam 1 for both teams. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? You know, I wasn't ready. I haven't even done your rosters yet. Never mind. They couldn't wait to get started. So we are points apiece. On of Tier 3 East. And lining up for Roller Derby Leicester, we have Zippy Kaye. And Zippy will be lining up against Slammer from Deathrow Hull. Penalty box is clear, so we have 5 on 5. And it's 2 leads in a row for Roller Derby Leicester. Zippy Kaye is going to be hitting the pack first, but Slammer is right there, hot on the heels. Both making their way through their packs and through their walls, 4 points apiece. And Slammer coming out of the pack first. 8 points apiece for each jammer so far. Slammer through for 4 more. A lovely close first couple of jams for both teams. 20 playing 23. High scoring, actually, in comparison to a lot of games going on recently. So we have on track 3-3-3, triple threat for Roller Derby Leicester. And triple threat will be jamming up against Danger Mouse. And straight through the pack. With the prettiest feet in Roller Derby, it is Danger Mouse. We've had a star stash, but then a star put on again by triple threat, and is back through. Calling it off just a fraction too late there, allowing Roller Derby Leicester to put points on the board. Just wait for those points to go on for Roller Derby Leicester. There we go, 24 plays 28, just 1 4-point pass in it. And it is La Flèche jamming for Roller Derby Leicester up against the Laminator. Lovely little bit of toe stop, and the jammers leaving the pack side by side and racing through, but it is the Laminator who has the slight advantage, but is taken back on the inside by Zippy Kaye. And we have a power jam to the Laminator. La Flèche being called on a forearms penalty. So an opportunity here for Deathrow Hull to extend their 4-point lead. Laminators through, and 4 more points going on the board. pivot and jammer for Roller Derby Leicester in the bin. So it is advantage for Pack. Really good tactical call off there by the Laminator, trapping and freezing both the jammer and the pivot in the penalty box. Jammer is standing, however, so we have less than 10 seconds before La Flèche rejoins the pack, but it is Slammer as your sole jammer on track for Deathrow Hull. And Slammer at speed. Blockers doing a great job of carving a path for Slammer through, and Slammer takes lead jammer. But La Flèche is now out of the penalty box, but it's going straight back in again. La Flèche getting called on a second penalty in as many jams, so it is now a power jam to Slammer and to Deathrow Hull. And again, a lovely little bit of one-on-one offense there from Deathrow Hull. Skater on skater marking, carving that path through for Slammer, so Slammer has very little to do. Ooh! 0-7, who are you? Pushy galore. And Slammer having an epic jam. 12 points on the board so far, being recycled out by Zippy Kaye. Just giving Roller Derby Leicester an opportunity to put some points on. Just sneaking the 1 point there. Not too shabby there from Slammer and from Deathrow Hull. 50 points on the board for Deathrow Hull, playing 27. Those jammer penalties really killing Roller Derby Leicester in those two jams. So we have Danger Mouse and we have Hannah War. And I promise when we get an official review, I will take you through the full rosters. Danger Mouse being called on a lead, being taken out of bounds. But realizing Danger Mouse can continue on her quest to put points on this board. A really lovely little shoulder check there on the outside. Points on and calling off that jam. Oh, this one's a bit fast. 54, playing 27, 10 minutes in. Goodness me, I haven't even stopped to take a breath yet. Oh, right, are we ready? So we are on to jam. I'm going to say 6. Sounds about right. We have the Laminator, one of my favorite names in roller derby, up against Triple Threat. And the Laminator, like the awesome piece of stationery that she is. You don't know how much you need a Laminator until you have one. And is through and putting points on the board. We have had a star pass. And so Stormageddon is now the jammer for the remainder. Whoa! Trying to sneak through at pace on that inside line. And now Stormageddon has an opportunity to make a dent in that differential. We have the Laminator in the penalty box, so it is a power jam to Roller Derby Leicester. And Buns absolutely destroying Stormageddon. And the pack is rolling and we have our Hull jammer back on track. And it's Slammer. I don't know why I was talking about the laminator. A brilliant, exceptional penalty kill there from Deathrow Hull. Slammer getting called on a second track cut in a row. So it is Stormageddon who's still as the pivot and now as the jammer has got to try and get through this Hull wall. I don't envy her. Lovely bit of offense coming in there from Pushy Galore. Stormageddon having a hell of a rough time. Nothing left in the tank. Give Stormageddon a round of applause. I felt every single one of them hits. Okay, so we're having an official review or an official timeout maybe, something. Let's have a look. Right, so I'll have a bit of chat with you guys then. Hi, hello. Hey York. All of the York contingent are in. Right, I'm going to take this opportunity really quickly to run through the rosters with you for Roller Derby Leicester, who are playing, it says here in black, it's a complete lie. In blue, we have 007 Pushy Galore, 1501 Bexual Misconduct, 17 is Red Rum, 20 is Stormageddon, number 3 is Haiti Perry, who's your captain today, 333 is Triple Threat, number 44 is Hannah War, number 6 is La Flèche, 60, I'm going to enjoy doing this one, Zippy Kaye, number 66 is Kapow, 87 is Kaz Vegas, and number 96 is Sonic. And playing in orange, the home colours for Deathrow Hull, we have 00 Bloody Mary. We have 16 Danaki, number 22 Jade K Rowling, 28 Limitless, 29 Savage, number 3 is Slammer, 54 is Laminator, 55 Hightower, 64 Hussy Galore, 666 is Nemesis, number 77 is Danger Mouse, number 8 Insanity, 84 Coco Nutya, 85 is Buns, and number 9 is Harley Quinn. And La Flèche is your sole jammer on track for that power start for Roller Derby Leicester, is through and is lead. And 4 points on the board, but Slammer is right there alongside. So Slammer and La Flèche hitting the pack practically at the same time. A lovely shoulder check there from Haiti Perry on Slammer. Slammer being taken onto the inside and recycled back by Zippy Kaye. La Flèche being reabsorbed back by that pack. Deathrow really are getting their packs back and reformed super fast. Those 37 playing 63. The game feels an awful lot closer than that. We're having an awful lot of very fast jams being played out for quite some time, so the points are going on the board for both teams. Shut that door. So we have number 44, that is Hannah War. And look at those pretty little feet come skating around. That is Danger Mouse, who is your lead jammer. Hannah War making her way through. Lovely groin on the face, calling off that jam. Freezing Roller Derby Leicester on 37. So even I could do that maths, and I am terrible at maths. We have 30 points between these two teams. And we're just over halfway of this first half. We have the Laminator. And we have Triple Threat, and the Laminator straight through. And Triple Threat coming through, both making their initial pass. Oh, just about holding it in bounds. And Triple Threat hitting that tripod wall of Deathrow Hull. With just one to beat, and it was the pivot, but not able to get there. And that was savage as the last line of defence for Triple Threat, but Triple Threat is through and put 4 points on the board for Roller Derby Leicester. But Laminator working those edges, working those laterals, being taken out again by Haiti Perry. Powerful jam there from both jammers, from both teams. Is that 12? I can't read, my eyes are rubbish. 12 points for the Laminator on that jam. Not too shabby. So La Flèche and Slammer on the outside line. I don't even need my clipboard anymore. La Flèche stuck on the final 2 blockers. Lovely last little bit of recycling back there from Buns, the blocker from Deathrow Hull with the beautiful mermaid hair. Deathrow taking quite a number of these lead jams, so they are really able to control this game, call off the jams, and prevent Roller Derby Leicester from putting any more points on the board than is absolutely necessary. Stop. So we have Triple Threat and we have Danger Mouse. We have an empty penalty box, so it is 5 on 5. Massive hit there from Buns. But Triple Threat is back on that wall, pushing through. And it is Danger Mouse who's your lead jammer. A monster hit there from the pivot from Deathrow Hull. That is insanity with the shoulders of steel. Danger Mouse pushing the pack on further, and with a bit of a star stash we have Triple Threat through. Bit of a costume rearrangement, there we go. So with that star stash, Triple Threat was trying to get through there and put points on the board, but Danger Mouse saw what was going on. Called off that jam whilst adjusting knee pads. Nifty. Did you know, guys, that we're actually on the internet right now? We're live on the internet, so if you want to make lots of noise, that would be good. Lots of cheering and stuff, yeah? So it's the Laminator, and it is Hannah War, and the Laminator is through. Yeah, the Laminator getting called on a back block. Laminator shrugging her shoulders, she knew. So it is a power jam to Roller Derby Leicester. Massive opportunity here for Hannah War. And Hannah War putting 4 points on the board for Roller Derby Leicester. Leicester really need a great jam here. 4 more points on the board. So 8 points scored in that power jam for roller derby Leicester. Laminator straight out of the penalty box and straight through the pack. A lovely change of direction there from Laminator. Hannah Wall with a lovely little bit of side surfing on that outside line. 4 more points on the board. Both jammers with a monumental number of points going on the board, both in double figures, and there's still 30 seconds to go. A dink on the outside from Hussey Galore. I'm going to come over here because I can't see the scoreboard. Is that 17 and 12? Oh, I can see that bit. It's the little bit. 17 and 12. Internet, I think it's 17 and 12 scored there. So, who knows? Who knows? But it's 16-102. Cheers, Jem. So what's that? Is that 42 points difference? 42 points difference, is that right? Yes! 42 points difference, Internet. Look at me with the quick maths. Okay, we are game on. It is Slammer for Deathrow Hull. And it is Zippy Kaye who seems to be on an awful... Oh, hello. You're turning me up. Oh, they cannot hear me over there. That can't be right. Sort it out. Turn me up. Turn me up. Slammer is through, but look who is right hot on the heels. Zippy Kaye with a face of pure venom, but taken out by their own blocker. Ouch. Slammer coming through the pack with 4 points. Well, that's better, I can hear myself now. And a back block being called on Slammer, so it is a power jam to roller derby Leicester and to Zippy Kaye, who's had quite a busy first half of this game. A shoulder check on number 16. That is Danaki. And it is 4 points on the board for roller derby Leicester. The penalty box starting to fill up a little bit here, so we've got 2 blockers going into the penalty box for roller derby Leicester. But Zippy Kaye cares nothing for that. Straight through. 4 more points. Goodness me, Slammer on Kapow. Slammer's shoulders making enough of a path to creep through on that inside line and is straight out of the penalty box and scoring points. Keep going. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and we are done for jam number 14, maybe? I really need to get my eyes checked. A massive jam there from both teams. Coming straight out of the penalty box, Slammer still able to put 12 points on the board for Deathrow Hull. Roller derby Leicester, a 21-point jam. No wonder poor Zippy Kaye was absolutely shattered at the end of that jam. 21 points. Bringing that differential between both of these teams right down again. This really is anyone's game. 81 playing 114. We're having an official review, so I will use this opportunity. Now that I've got the volume up a little bit, I'll run you through the officials, the NSOs, the volunteers who are here today to make this game happen. Tier 3 East Game 1 of the British Championships 2019. Our officials today, our NSOs, are headed up by Hannah. Then we have Pretty Miffed, Sherry Bobbins, another Hannah apparently, MG Roller, Lucifer, Cyber Spice, Mofo Princess, Colossus, Bamf, Steph Metal, Bruising Banshee, and Nanny McPhee. Give a round of applause for your NSOs, please. And our referees, our zebras in the black and white stripes. Our head ref today is Sarcasm. Sarcasm is assisted by Manapause, Errington, Booker DeWitt, Andy Social, Money Shot, MC, Toots and Mail You Off, apparently. And they are our referees for this game. Give them a round of applause, please. We have Events Medical, Sony as our paramedics for today. Literally, British Champs Games aren't British Champs Games unless these guys are here. There are photographers, and did I tell you we're on the internet? We're live, so don't swear, right? Potty mouths. No swearing. Literally, I need that tattooed on the inside of my arm. Don't swear. So who's here to support Deathrow Hull for Game 1? Oh, that's sweet. Don't let me down. Who's here to support Roller Derby Leicester? That'll do. For Game 2 this afternoon, we have the Wakey Wheeled Cats. Who's here to support Wakey? And we have this team. This team knocked 7 shades out of me a couple of weeks ago. Who's here to support the Grim Reavers? The Northeast being well represented today. So we are back on track. We have La Flèche as your jammer for Roller Derby Leicester. And then Pretty Little Feet of Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse as your lead jammer, but La Flèche is right there. And I think that is the shortest jam of the entire game. Points and call. Serene and calm. That yoga's paying off now. There's a little secret for your trade secret. Deathrow Hull were doing yoga as part of their warm-up. Shh. Look at them. It's so zen. Look at it. Ah, proper zen over there. I'm still carrying this clipboard. I really don't need to. I know who it is on track, but I just like it. It's like my comfort blanket. We have the Laminator. And we have Triple Threat as our 2 jammers with an empty penalty box. And Laminator as your lead jammer. Triple Threat still stuck on the back of that wall. Laminator taking the inside line on the apex. We have a star stash from Triple Threat. And the pivot with the amazing tan, that's Savage, doing a great job of holding Triple Threat up. But we have now had a successful start pass. And it is Sonic from Roller Derby Leicester, who isn't able to get round the track fast enough. You're right, MC. You don't look. So MC giving me the feedback on the official review that I completely forgot about because I was too busy chatting to you and telling you about the NSOs and refs. So a back block call was asked for and was denied. So that's the end of that. Ooh, is this a new jammer? Insanity having a bit of a go. Hello. Hello, fresh jammer, straight through. And taking lead and now destroying Roller Derby Leicester's wall. But getting called on a penalty, and we have a fully orange penalty box. So it is all up on buns. Doing a great job of holding back Hannah War, but Hannah War is through, and there is still a jammer and a pivot in the penalty box. Goodness me. Nemesis absolutely got an eye in there. I think it was a fully legal hit from as far as I could see. The referees aren't saying any different, but it really did just take the wind out of Hannah War. So we'll get Michelle and Colin to have a quick look. Ref doing a standing job. Beautiful. Look at those guns. Flex. Flex. You got demoted. They're better gun. Look at them guns. Flex. Flex. Dance. Dance. There's no music. You have to make me some music. Find some. Shall we have a dance? Who's going to dance with me, though? See, if you're asking me to dance, you have to dance with us. That's the rule. I'm not allowed to swear. So Colin and Michelle are going to have a good look at Hannah Moore and make sure Hannah's okay to continue on. Have I mentioned there's a raffle? I haven't. Do you know what? I don't think I have. And there is a raffle. And there's gin. I don't really need to say anything else. Sorry? We would find the raffle over here. I'm so glad you asked, Kirsty. You would find the raffle over there, and it's £1 for like 20 tickets or something. And there's gin. That's all I really need to say about this situation. So whatever tickets you're not buying, I'm buying. Oh, 5 seconds, right back over here. So, we have a jammer and a pivot in the penalty box for Deathrow Hull. So it is a power start to roller derby Leicester. And I'm getting closer and closer to this track. Zippy Kaye straight through and is out as lead jammer, breaking this Deathrow Hull lead jammer dominance so far in this pack. A lovely little bit of a bean dip there from Insanity, round on the outside. Edging backwards and forwards, Zippy Kaye. And Zippy Kaye putting points on the board, but so is Insanity. Four points apiece, 87 playing 1-3-1. And we're down to our last 3 minutes and a bit of change of this first half. Has absolutely flown by. So we have La Flèche, we have Danger Mouse, we have a blocker advantage to roller derby Leicester. 3 playing 4 on the blockers on track. Always like to see what teams are going to do. So La Flèche tiptoeing through on the inside past their own blockers, but now hitting the tripod wall. But the pack being spread out. La Flèche taking lead, but it's Danger Mouse who is at the front of the pack. And Danger Mouse getting called on a penalty, on a forearms penalty, and La Flèche getting pulled on a track cut. So get your eyes over to that penalty box. You're going to watch a really rare species called the jammer switcheroo. Just over there, so Danger Mouse has time to adjust the knee pads. La Flèche takes a seat, and up pops Danger Mouse. La Flèche will not be far behind. Both jammers only serving a minimal sentence. It's quite appropriate considering I'm talking about Deathrow Hull. So with just Stormageddon to beat, Both jammers now back on the track. Danger Mouse hitting a hard wall of roller derby Leicester, a full 4 wall. Danger Mouse taking off the start, but it's really to no avail because the pivot is over there in the penalty box. And a power jam being called for Deathrow Hull. Le Flèche sitting in the penalty box, so Danger Mouse with a little bit of time to regroup, take a breath, and is hitting the track again hard. But Roller Derby Leicester really have the measure of this jam at the end of the first half. And Danger Mouse says, nah, I'm done. Just a single point there for Deathrow Hull, but points going on the board for Roller Derby Leicester, tiptoeing closer and closer to the century mark. 90 points, playing 132. I hope you're enjoying this in internet land. So we have a power start for Deathrow Hull. And it's this cheeky wee jammer that's just popped out of nowhere. Insanity, all alone on the jam line. Straight through the pack and is out as your lead jammer. Le Flèche now back on track, but there has been a successful star pass. And it is Sonic who is your jammer now for Roller Derby Leicester. Looks absolutely thrilled about the prospect. Just like that, you got your 4 points there, Sonic. And Insanity also putting 4 on, so 94 playing 140. And that, folks, is half time. It is half time. Woo! So the scores at the end of the first half of game 1, 94 playing 140. Go get your refreshments, go buy your merch, definitely. I'll just let them do their bit. There we are. Second half of Deathrow Hull playing Roller Derby Leicester, and it was a cracking, action-packed first half, which has given Deathrow Hull a slight advantage, 46-point advantage. But Roller Derby Leicester finished the half incredibly strong. So let's see what those 15 minutes have done. Who has had some of the vegan shortbread with cashew nuts in, which I need the recipe for, please, because it was absolutely spectacular. So we start this jam, beginning of the second half, with a blocker and a pivot in the penalty box for Deathrow Hull. So it is Insanity and Le Flèche, but Insanity really with a lot to do by herself, but has made a way through. But Le Flèche is your lead jammer. Roller Derby Leicester starting the second half on top, but Insanity straight through the pack. Le Flèche through as well, so 4 points apiece, but it is Insanity who hits the pack first and then hits the deck, but then comes through, and that is another 4 points on the board for Deathrow Hull. A blocker apiece still in the penalty box, so it is 3 on 3 with the blockers. And Le Flèche playing the jam long. Really got the eye on getting some points in here, but it is an advantage at the moment to Insanity. No pack being called, so that makes life a little bit easier for Le Flèche, and 4 more points going on the board. Roller Derby Leicester straight away breaking the century mark, 106 points and counting. Lovely work there on the outside line from Le Flèche. Le Flèche going at that pack. Hard and fast at the end of that jam. So 109 points for Roller Derby Leicester. A monster jam to start the second half for Le Flèche. Deathrow Hull on 159, so if my maths is correct, that's a 50-point differential. Good maths. Quill, good maths, yeah? Yeah. So we have Danger Mouse and we have Zippy Kaye, Mother something. And Danger Mouse straight out of the pack. Cute feet and the cutest smile as well, coming through as lead jammer. And Zippy Kaye also through and out of the pack, chasing down hard. Calling it off with style. The old points and call. You've all gone a bit quiet. Did I tell you we're on the internet? You have to be really noisy, make it sound really, really busy. So Laminator, my favorite piece of stationery. No office is complete without one. And the Laminator with triple threat on the tripod wall. This tripod wall has been used over and over by Deathrow Hull. Triple threat getting a little bit of offense coming in there from Cas Vegas. But it is the Laminator as lead jammer and with a lap advantage. Triple threat using that star stash to get through the pack. It has worked. Whoa, just like a guillotine. Another piece of really good stationery. She just have a full range. Ballpoint pens. Rulers and rubbers, and here comes the Laminator. I'm getting distracted by the stationery. Woo! Dink on the inside. Laminator's not happy with just decking all the blockers, wants to have a go at the jammer as well. Right around on the outside. Lovely little bit of offense coming in there, just shielding Laminator from any kind of impact from the Roller Derby Leicester blockers. And for a second time, smooth moves from the Laminator. Triple threat really getting a tough time. Stuck on the back of Hightower, Nemesis, and Savage. The points total on this jam is going to be huge for Laminator with one to beat. That was Stormageddon. I'm coming over here because I need to see how many points are on this board. Laminator's bossing jam 3 of the second half. Triple threat still with star in hand. Put your eyes on that scoreboard. There's 28 points already on the board for the Laminator. Quite easily the highest scoring jam of the day. 28 points, bringing Deathrow Hull to 191. Oh, no, there we go. I told you there'd be more. 31, hello, 31-point jam. Amazing work there from Laminator and from Deathrow Hull, but we are not done yet. An empty penalty box is 5 on 5. And it's this sneaky wee jammer that we didn't know about at the beginning of the game, but we know about her now. Insanity through and is your lead jammer. No, she's not. That's lead. Le Flèche's lead. But Insanity is the first to put points on the board. So we must have had a little bit of a recycle. Both jammers taking a bit of a knee, having to reset. And Le Flèche coming out of the pack first. Insanity right there behind, and both of the packs right here for your viewing pleasure on the second straightaway. But it is Insanity that comes out of that pack first, and Deathrow Hull have broken the double century mark, 202, 206. So 120 points for Roller Derby Leicester, 206 points for Deathrow Hull. And we have a new jammer. Please make number 66, Kapow from Roller Derby Leicester feel very welcome. First time jamming in this game. And Kapow is up against Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse has jammed quite a few. Ooh, have a little sit down. And Kapow, first time jamming, first time lead. But right hot on the heels it is Danger Mouse. And Danger Mouse is having to do everything with two blockers in the bin. Kapow doing it with one blocker in the bin. And both jammers, my goodness me, where has the orange wall gone? There's just one. Oh, lovely work there. Harley Quinn is the only blocker on track. And Kapow coming in, Harley Quinn again, the last jammer to beat, straight through on the inside, but it's still 4 points. You still get the points when the blockers are in the bin. Where did all the skaters go? A massive round of applause there for Kapow from Roller Derby Leicester, first time jamming in this game. And did a double-digit jam and got lead. Lovely work. So we have Laminator and Zippy IA. We still have two blockers in the bin from Deathrow Hull. And we have the pivot in the bin for Roller Derby Leicester. Zippy Kaye getting called on a penalty, so it is a power jam. And the one person you don't want to give a power jam to is Laminator. Lovely. I don't know what you call that move, like a dinky toe stop, something or other on the inside apex. It looked pretty and it was effective. A lovely shoulder coming in there from Bexhill, misconduct, taking Laminator off course. And the penalty box is empty, hooray! Everybody's back on track. And it's Zippy Kaye taking the edges side to side. Harley Quinn as the last line of defense, but Yippee Kaye using the shoulder, making the way through. So another big jam there from Deathrow Hull. 132 playing 226. Really pulling out that lead with two massive jams in the second half. We're having an official review and I've been asked to be quiet. It's the first time for everything, right? So, shh. What do you think they're saying? Right, shall I go and find out? No, I'm gonna wait for someone to come and tell me. I'm not gonna get involved, especially when Slayer and LaFleche are on the jam line. I'm not getting involved. I don't have my pads on. So Haiti Perry sitting in that penalty box done something very bad. Oh! as you like. Dancing down the inside line, and Slammer is your lead jammer with a tripod. Takes the tripod out, but it's getting called on a track. I had a horrible feeling that was going to happen. So we have a power jam. And it is LaFleche on a tripod that is not moving. The full roller derby Leicester contingent pushing that wall, trying to break it up. And we've had a star pass. And it is Kapow. Second time with the star on this afternoon in this second half. Trying to go through the forearms of Daneke. And J.K. Rowling taking back on the outside of turn 3. And J.K. Rowling taking the jammer all the way back. So Kapow having to reset and start again. A brilliant penalty kill there from Deathrow Hull. Slammer weaving through. And Kapow still caught in that pack. Has made it through. Does Slammer ever get tired? Can I just ask, does Slammer ever get tired? Just goes and goes and goes. So Slammer taking on LaFleche and coming out on top and coming through, putting points on the board. Another monster jam there from Deathrow Hull. Somebody had their Weetabix this morning. 140 points to roller derby Leicester. Another 8 points on the board for them, but a 16 points, and I'm waiting for some more to go on as well. 242 points, so we have a 102 point differential between the two teams. And we have just over 15 minutes of the second half remaining. A blocker apiece in the penalty box. So it is 3-on-3, it's Danger Mouse, and it's triple threat. And it's triple threat as your lead jammer for roller derby Leicester, and the roller derby Leicester bench goes mental. Triple threat with this tripod again. These three blockers seem to be working together constantly. Savage, Nemesis and Hightower. But Danger Mouse is also working on a tripod, being taken out on the outside by Haiti Perry. And a forearm call being pulled on someone. A track cut on Danger. Oh my God, there's just everybody's going everywhere. So we have a jammer switcheroo, second one of this game. Look at the penalty bin. Danger Mouse has sat down, which means the triple threat can stand up. And straight back into this wall, and it's a full 4 wall. Finding space on the inside line, but not enough space to get past Nemesis. Danger Mouse now back on track. Both of our jammers are on. And it's Danger Mouse who gets through first with 4 more points on the board for Deathrow Hull. Nemesis being called on a forearm, but triple threat is still there on the back with star in hand. And Danger Mouse is a bit tired, gonna have a sit down. So it is another power jam to roller derby Leicester. And without that star on, those points won't count. So it is a 0-0. Is that the only 0-0? No, there's some points on there. There's some points. So this will be a power start for roller derby Leicester. A blocker and a jammer in the penalty box. So a huge opportunity here for roller derby Leicester to make the most of this power jam. And a timeout being called by roller derby Leicester. They're going to work out, right, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We've got the right number of players on track. That's a good start. Right, oh, hello. Oh, 2. Laura said I had to behave. I've got to behave. I'm not allowed to fraternize. That's a good one. Well, roller derby Leicester really enjoyed that timeout, practicing the dance moves for later. So we have a depleted pack, a power start for Zippy Kaye. Goodness me, she's as loud as I am and I have a microphone. So Zippy Kaye going in at full force, offense coming in, but Zippy Kaye getting the job done. Even with Savage as the last line of defense. Zippy Kaye carving through the middle. 4 points on the board for roller derby Leicester. Hightower getting called on her forearms. Zippy Kaye coming through for 4 more points. Danger Mouse is now back on track. Probably not very happy about having to do 2 in a row. Zippy Kaye with 4 more points on the board with the star in hand. Danger Mouse making way through on the outside line. Zippy Kaye working through that wall, really finding those seams are working. A great jam there for roller derby Leicester, and for Zippy Kaye taking full advantage of that power jam. I think that says 12 points. Help me out. Does it? Yeah, thank you. 12 points on the board for Zippy Kaye. And just 1 or 2? One. I'm just going to look to you now, right? So 1 point for Danger Mouse and for Deathrow Hull. So a positive differential for roller derby Leicester. They needed that, I think. So 1-5-6 playing 2-4-7. And the forearm calls are coming in again. A blocker apiece in the penalty box. Make that 2 for Deathrow Hull. And triple threat coming through, making an initial pass. As is Insanity, 4 points on the board is our lead jammer for Deathrow Hull. Oh, sweet! What's going on that outside line? They're just finding, oh, there's like a tunnel. Finding their way through. Points on the board for both teams. But Insanity gets through for that third pass, but it's getting called on a penalty. So it is another power jam for roller derby Leicester. Come on, triple. Come on, triple threat. It's like, oh my God, have I got to go through this again? Ooh, buns. They are, oh my words. Right, we need to give us some support. Come on, triple threat. Give this jammer some support. Let's put a shift in today. Insanity served that full penalty and is straight around and out of the pack and putting 4 more points on the board. A lovely bit of a recycle back there from Kaz Vegas. That jam is called and I don't think anyone is happier to hear those whistles than triple threat right now. Lots of points for both teams. 170 playing 259 and we are down to the last 10 minutes of this game. It's all very exciting. So we have Laminator and we have Le Flèche. Edgy, sideways, but finding a way through. But we are at a bit of a stalemate so far. Laminator with a tracker on that inside, not able to stick that inside apex. It looked incredibly close. But we have another jammer penalty. So watch the penalty box for the third time of this game. LaFleche and Laminator doing a jammer switcheroo. The blockers jostling for position on turn 2. And here comes the Laminator. And she stuck it that time. Round on the inside line. But this jam will run for the full 2 minutes. So pace yourself, guys. Pace yourselves. Laminator with 1 left to beat by sexual misconduct. And then Zippy Kaye, who's been blocking and jamming all day. But Laminator is through. And with LaFleche back on track. But a second penalty being awarded to LaFleche, so giving Laminator the last 18 seconds of this jam as a power jam. And the last 5 seconds, there's 4 more points coming in for Deathrow Hull. 271 to 170, that 100-point differential still sticking there or thereabouts. And don't forget, guys, we're going to do the awards for Game 1 straight after this game. We're not going to hang on because I think a few people have got to tackle the A1 and the M1 getting home. So we're going to do the awards straight after this game, so don't go anywhere when this game ends in approximately 8 minutes and 14 seconds, there or thereabouts. Rolling whistle means it is game on. So we have a power start to Deathrow Hull and to Danger Mouse. And Danger Mouse is through and is your lead jammer. Unfortunately, LaFleche has fouled out of this game. So the jammer penalty has been served by our old favourite, Zippy Kaye. And Zippy Kaye is straight out of the penalty box and through the pack. Love you more. Zippy Kaye was like, oh my God, I did all that hard work. And then Danger Mouse called off the jam. Dagnammit. So for these last few moments of this game, Roller Derby Leicester really having to dig deep. Losing LaFleche and losing Hannah in the first half as well through an injury. So they are really going to have to put everybody and everything on this track for the final 8 minutes of this game. And it's Insanity through as your lead jammer for Deathrow Hull, straight through the middle of that Roller Derby Leicester pack. And we have had a successful star pass. Sexual misconduct. Damn it. Really wanting to have a go with that and get some points on the board. So Kapow and Laminator. With Haiti Perry in the bin, so it is a 4-3 blocker advantage to Deathrow Hull. Goodness me, I tell you what, I don't think Zippy Kaye has actually sat down in this second half, has been on this track just about the entire time as a blocker or as a pivot. Only time Zippy Kaye is getting a rest is when they're getting a penalty. And Kapow through the pack, but Laminator is through and scoring. Being taken out on the outside by that skater again, Zippy Kaye. I hope some of those roller derby Leicester players have got Fitbits on. I want to know how many calories are getting burnt by being on this track pretty much the entire second half. Other fitness trackers are available. So a blocker apiece in the penalty box. One stood, which means they have less than 10 seconds to serve. So it's 3-on-3, having to go solo. Triple threat and Danger Mouse. The pack very split. Hightower acting as the bridge between those two packs, but Triple Threat is out and is your lead jammer, but being hunted down. Look at you hunting, Danger Mouse. Hunt, hunt, with a H. Don't use that word again, ever. Triple Threat through, 4 points on the board for roller derby Leicester. Lovely little bit of a knockdown there from Sonic, but Sonic then being knocked down by Hightower, and everyone's just knocking everyone down. Danger Mouse on that outside line, lovely work there coming through, 4 points on the board. Triple Threat with one to beat, but that one is Nemesis. And we're down to the last 3 minutes. Oh no, boo! But we have another game, yay! You were all sticking around for game 2, yeah? Are you all sticking around for game 2? Do you know who's playing? Do you want me to tell you? We have the Wakey Wheeled Cats and they are playing the Grim Reavers, game 2. But let's finish this one first, yeah? Let's do this one first. Oh, I have to be quiet again, shh. All right, I can talk now, yay! Zippy Kaye and Insanity. Two blockers sat down because they've been bad. They've done bad things. Insanity is through. Insanity is your lead jammer, 290 points on the board. Are we going to break the triple century? The hardest working skater on track today, Zippy Kaye, coming through after the initial pass. Lovely dink on the inside there from Beckshaw, misconduct. Zippy Kaye with 2 to beat. And being taken out on the outside. Recycled and then recycled again, but it is a no pack, so thankfully Zippy Kaye getting a little bit of respite there, shaking it off and coming around to do more of the same. 4 points on the board for roller derby Leicester. You meant style it out. Yes, style it out, Kaz. Style it out. So we're coming to the end of this game. Have you enjoyed game one? Excuse me. Have you enjoyed game one? That's a bit more like it. So these last couple of jams, it's Laminator and it's Triple Threat, who have both been on a really high rotation this afternoon. And it is Laminator 100% lead and taking and breaking the 300 point mark for Deathrow Hull. Triple Threat right there behind. Round on the outside. Lovely little bit old school whipping on the outside there for Laminator, working and using the blockers. Triple Threat, lovely dink on the outside. They're just getting underneath Buns and coming through. Laminator's like, get out the way, you're my team. I think we've got time for one more jam. This is the last one, folks. 186 playing, 312. It's been a fiercely physical and competitive game against these two teams, playing against each other, I think for the first time, officially anyway. And Slammer, straight through on the inside line. Penalties getting called, you may as well take them. You've got 7, use them. And Sonic as your jammer for Roller Derby Leicester, taking the honour of the final jam of the game. But it's Slammer. We have a power jam being called. So it is a penalty on Sonic, which means Slammer, as lead jammer, controls this game. The bench are telling her to run it. She knows what she needs to do. Lovely piece of offense coming in. Oh no! Called on a back block. So we're going to have a jammer switcheroo, 4th one of the game, and it's going to be down to Sonic to finish this game up. So Slammer and Sonic both serving the equal amount of time. So Slammer is straight back on the track, finishing up where she left off. Sonic getting through and putting 4 points on the board for Roller Derby Leicester. Keep going, chick. 20 seconds to go. More points on the board for Deathrow. 332 with 10 seconds left. 20 points on the board already. And that is that. 24 points in the final jam for Slammer. And let's not forget, Slammer served a penalty in the middle of that jam as well. So the unofficial final score, 336 points to Deathrow Hull. 194 points for Roller Derby Leicester. We'll wait for those scores to be made official.